Hi everyone, we've got a heat wave coming to Southern California, which can be really hard on the vegetable garden. And the worst thing you can do in a heat wave is don't do anything. You gotta have a plan. Now today I'm gonna show you my plan, 4 things that you can do in a heat wave. At least you gotta do something. Now here's why you need to do something to protect your plants in a heat wave. They get stressed when the temperatures get over 90 degrees, especially when it gets into the triple digits. And let me show you what happens. The leaves almost get kind of sunburned, can get dry and crackly and just kind of drop off. But the biggest problem is with the flowers. When temperatures get over 90, the flowers dry up, drop off, and then your plant has to start over producing fruit again, because most of the time the fruit comes from the flowers. For tomatoes, when temps get in the 90s and 100s, they can literally boil in their skins and crack. Your plants are stressed, so your goal during a heat wave is to reduce the stress on your plants with what I'm going to show you today. The first thing you want to do, and I bet you didn't know this, is harvest any vegetables that are ripe or even close to being ripe, because you want all the vegetables' energy or the plant's energy to go into surviving the heat wave rather than to continuing to grow the vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and clip these lemon cucumbers, and the benefit is you get some nice cool cucumbers or cool vegetables to take into the house so that you can enjoy them and stay hydrated during the heat wave too. Now I've got some pretty big round zucchini squash here in the front, and I'm going to grab those as well, take them into the house. That way my plant will be prepared to survive this heat we're having here. Now sometimes vegetables can change color in a heat wave. The squash can get a little hard, and this one probably could have been picked a couple of days ago because we have already had a couple of days of heat. But no worries, we got it, so we're prepared. Look at this squash. This is beautiful. Second thing you can do to really reduce the stress on your plants during a heat wave is watering. Super important. Either up the frequency of your drip irrigation schedule or provide them with a little bit of extra supplemental watering. The morning is a really good time to do it because that way they have the hydration they need to really make it through the hottest parts of the day. So what I like to do is water deeply rather than quick splashes of water. So provide a nice little deep soaking here to my tomato plant. Let it soak in and then water again. So the water gets all the way down to the roots where the plant needs it the most. Containers, a whole different animal. They dry out a whole lot quicker than your raised beds or in-ground gardens. You got to pay special attention to them during a heat wave. Super important that you check them daily to see if they need water. What you can do for this is just put your finger in the soil as far as you can get it. If the soil is nice and moist, this one looks pretty good. It doesn't need water, but if it's dry, you need to water it. Sometimes during a heat wave, they need water once or twice a day. And especially with vegetables like greens here that bolt and shoot up stalks quickly during a heat wave, you gotta water them extra. So here I'm gonna give my container a nice little dose of water here, a nice little soaking, especially around the edges because the edges dry out first. You wanna water your containers until the water drains off the bottom and they get good and saturated, because once they dry out, the plants get stunted and it's really, really hard to get them rehydrated. And pay a special attention to your hanging baskets and your smaller containers. Those you may need to water 2 or even 3 times a day. Give them a nice deep soaking. The third thing you can do to reduce the stress on your garden during a heat wave is mulching. Now I've got all the soil in here mulched with shredded straw, but my container here could use a little bit of mulch on the top. And the reason why you want to mulch is because it provides a great barrier between the sun and the plants, helps reduce the need for watering, keeps the roots a whole lot cooler. You have so much less water evaporation when you mulch. And here I'm mulching with a couple inches of shredded leaves, but you can use shredded straw, a straw bale, pine needles, any organic matter that you can use to cover the top of the soil. You really don't want to have any bare soil. 2 to 3 inches is optimal, even more if you have enough mulch available to you. It does a ton to reduce the stress on plants during the heat wave and keeps them a whole lot cooler. The fourth thing to reduce the stress on your plants during a heat wave is shade cloth. Now shade cloth still allows some of the sunlight to get through, but blocks out a good amount of the sun's rays so that it really helps reduce the stress on your plants. It can stay 10 to 15 degrees cooler under shade cloth during a heat wave, which can stop your blossoms from drying up and dropping off and help your plants survive and even keep on producing during a heat wave. Now this is literally how I walk around the garden when I'm getting ready for heat. Got clips over on my pants here, and these are simple binder clips. The shade cloth comes in different percentages. I think this one is a 60% shade cloth, which getting ready for triple digit temps is a good percentage to use. I just clip it up to my trellis here. And you really want to clip it in the direction that the sun comes. If you don't have enough that fits over your entire garden bed, the sun is the most intense in the afternoon coming from this direction, then make sure you provide a nice little shield here over your garden beds. In the lower left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see a button that you can click on that'll take you directly to the products that I'm using here. Now once the temperatures drop down below 90 degrees, you can go ahead and take the shade cloth off so your plants get the full benefit of the sun. If you don't have shade cloth, you can use an old bed sheet. Now it won't allow the sunlight to get through during the heat wave, but it will protect your plants, and at least you're doing something. Something is better than nothing. If you don't have enough shade cloth to shade your entire garden, no problem. Just pop up a patio umbrella, tilt it so it's in between the sun and your garden bed, and it will keep your plants a lot cooler. Now you may have to move it as the sun moves during the day, but it's really going to help. You can also move your container plants or your seedling trays into a shady area or under a tree to keep them cooler. If you can't do all 4 of these things, not to worry. Pick 1 or 2. I'd say watering and shading is the most critical. Remember, your goal is to reduce the stress of your plants during a heat wave, and at least you're doing something. Anything you can do is better than nothing. Don't forget to take care of yourself during a heat wave. Find a shady spot to sit, have a drink of water, and just chill out for a little bit. Now when temperatures drop below 90 degrees, it's time to uncover your plants, fertilize them, give them some nice TLC, some extra water, trim off any dead or crispy leaves, and replant, because you might have some plants that die. Disappointing, but it happens to us all. Head over to CaliKimGardeningHome.com. Grab the July Grow Your Groceries with CaliKim subscription box. The theme is late summer garden, so you have some veggies to plant now to keep the harvest rolling in the late summer into the fall months. And in the box, you get a free HoseLink quick connector set. It's a $15 value. It's a great thing to make watering in the summer heat that much easier. Get $7 off your first box with the code LATESUMMERGARDEN and 25% off seed collections, books, garden kits, and CaliKim Smart Pots with the code KALE. You'll also get a free kale seed packet with your order. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.